Not ready to get buttons. You're not battle scenario. Let's see what I can do now. Okay, you gonna act right thing? Happy 27th, y'all. Already freaking May 27th.
Here is a battle scenario tailored for your team, setting up a high-stakes conflict where you control the actions of Musa, Gwen, and Mark, while John brings his tech-driven air tactical genius to...
How do you get the people?
It's hilarious to me how they are little victims. They can't get their...
Oh, I gotta put Musa in there. Oh. I meant, no, wait. No. It is... No, it's John, Gwen, and Mark. It's John, Gwen, and Mark.
You make great salaries, but nor do I need to confirm to you what my money looks like. But
I did that wrong. Like, what the fuck? Like, where do you get Musa from?
If they want to know how much she makes, okay.
Yeah, Musa's not in here because if I put Musa in there, it's 4-on-3. Just give me John, Gwen, and Mark. I can do good with them. Just give me those three. I'll be okay with those three. I put Musa in there and be 4-on-3. We're good with 3-on-3.
This sounds like an epic setup. You've got a massive amount of versatility here, from John's tech and air manipulation to Gwen's spycraft, and finally Mark's absolute chaos menu of elements, time, and bad luck magic. Since you are controlling all three of them, we just need to set up the perfect playground, or nightmare scenario, for them to flex their skills. Here are 3 distinct battle scenarios tailored perfectly to their abilities. Take a look and choose which one you want to drop them into. Scenario 1. The Chrono Heist at the Infinite Vault. The setup. A rogue faction has seized an ancient high-tech fortress floating in a pocket dimension. They are using a time anchor to rewrite history. The objective: infiltrate the fortress, bypass its hyper-advanced security, and destroy or secure the time anchor.
I am doing that so wrong. I did this so wrong, y'all. I've been doing that stuff so wrong.
This sounds like an awesome matchup. We've got John's tech and air powers, Gwen's stealth and magic, and Mark's elemental time and bad luck magic teaming up to take on a villain with a wild power set, Wig Snatcher the soap opera Jinx Luck. Since you are controlling all the actions for John, Gwen, and Mark, I will set the stage, describe the environment, and play the role of the villain. Whenever you are ready, reply with the opening moves for your...
No.
I've been getting everything for free. Everything in here right now is for free. I didn't pay down for
Y'all mess up on these things.
is defined by her stockpile. She who dies with the most things.
Teresa, y'all, I ain't messing up on these things. Hang on.
This sounds like an epic matchup. You've got a brilliant trio of heroes with high-tech ingenuity, stealthy magic, and elemental/luck manipulation going up against a bizarre and chaotic rogues gallery. Since you are in full control of John, Gwen, and Mark's actions, I will set the stage, control the villains, and react to whatever moves you decide to make. Here's the setup for the battle. The scenario: chaos at the Central Plaza. It's a quiet evening until the city's
Why can we find a pizza place or a dollar store or a thrift store?
central shopping and broadcasting district is suddenly taken over. 3 bizarre villains have teamed up to cause absolute pandemonium. Wig Snatcher is leaping from rooftop to lamppost, using high-speed grappling hooks and shears to steal the hairstyles and dignity of panicked citizens. The soap opera has hijacked the massive Plaza Jumbotron, broadcasting a blinding, dramatic wave of energy that forces anyone caught in its light to break down into exaggerated, tearful monologues, freezing them in place with sheer melodrama. Jinx Luck is standing right in the center of the chaos, laughing as black cats, falling pianos, and sudden banana peels manifest out of thin air to trip up the arriving authorities. John flies into the area, his custom brown Pokeball ready at his side and his air powers swirling. Gwen slips through the shadows, blending her spy training with her magical arts. Mark stands firm, his hands glowing with elemental energy, ready to fight bad luck with his own brand of bad luck magic. The villains spot your trio. Wig Snatcher cocks their head, eyeing Gwen's hair. The soap opera turns the giant Jumbotron light directly toward Mark, blasting a beam of pure dramatic energy. Jinx Luck crosses their arms, causing a sudden gust of wind to blow a stray billboard right toward John's flight path. Your turn. The villains have made the first move. What do John, Gwen, and Mark do?
So Wig Snatcher is after Gwen, the opera is after Mark, Jinx is after John. Oh, so I'm gonna do it. This is backwards. Well, it's a different way. So I'm put. Y'all ain't gonna see my moves. So upgrade. All this stuff is down here now.
That is an absolute masterclass in counterattacking. The villains didn't see any of that coming. Here's how your epic moves play out in the plaza. Gwen versus Wig Snatcher. Wig Snatcher leaps through the air, shears ready, aiming for Gwen's hair, but your super sense alerts you instantly. Before they can even get close, Gwen casts her spell. A massive, swirling pink soap bar tornado erupts around Wig Snatcher. The soapy winds completely blind them, and the slippery soap bars knock the shears right out of their hands. Wig Snatcher is spinning around in a bubbly, chaotic mess, totally trapped. Mark versus the soap opera. The soap opera expects Mark to break down crying from the dramatic light beam, but Mark's magic is way too powerful. As the beam hits, Mark manipulates the energy, twisting and reshaping the light itself. With a flash of elemental power, the Jumbotron beam morphs into a giant, glowing, number 4 monster. The monster roars and slams its massive fists down on the Jumbotron screen, forcing the soap opera to dive for cover as their own dramatic light turns against them. John versus Jinx Luck. Jinx Luck smirks as the billboard flies toward John, expecting a crash. Instead, John flies right up to it and uses his natural super strength to catch the massive sign with ease. Holding the billboard, John fires up his tracker, immediately locking onto Jinx Luck's coordinates. Using his flight and spy-like stealth, he sneaks up right behind her before she even realizes her billboard trick failed. John grabs her, lifts her up, and uses his super strength to hurl her across the plaza, slamming her into a broken-down brown car. Before Jinx Luck can even get back on her feet, John whips out his mac and cheese blaster. Splat! A massive torrent of thick, gooey mac and cheese completely traps her against the car. To seal the deal, John activates his mac and cheese cat robot, Lo, which leaps into action, claws out, ready to guard the trapped villain and keep her from using her luck powers.
Yeah.
Current state of the battle. Wig Snatcher is dizzy and trapped inside Gwen's soapy pink tornado. The soap opera is frantically dodging attacks from Mark's giant number 4 monster. Jinx Luck is pinned to a brown car by John's mac and cheese, facing down a robot cat. The villains are completely on the ropes thanks to your strategy. How do John, Gwen, and Mark want to finish them off?
Already? They get beat down already? Gosh, Lee. I guess I started off too strong. Never start a fight too strong as a hero. You win easily, bro. Oh gosh, go away. We go down here.
You are absolutely dismantling these villains. The teamwork here is flawless. Here is how the final phase of the battle goes down. John's Pokemon finish. Standing over the trapped villain, John gives the command. The mac and cheese cat robot narrows its eyes and begins channeling dark energy between its paws, perfectly mimicking a Pokemon battle. A swirling purple and black shadow ball forms and shoots directly at Jinx Luck. The blast erupts right against the brown car, completely knocking her out and leaving her covered in a mix of smoky shadow energy and gooey cheese. Jinx Luck is officially defeated.
Good.
Mark's magical tackle and capture. With the soap opera thoroughly distracted and exhausted from dodging the giant number 4 monster, Mark snaps his fingers and dispels the creature. Before the villain can even catch their breath, Mark charges forward and tackles the soap opera right through a nearby plaza table, smashing it to pieces. As the soap opera groans on the ground, Mark draws his magic sword. Channeling his unique sorcery through the blade, he strikes a pose and unleashes a spell that converts the defeated villain into pure energy, snapping them securely inside a Pokeball. Gwen's final blast. High above the plaza, Gwen raises her hand and instantly snaps her fingers, stopping the pink soap bar tornado in its tracks. A very dizzy, disoriented Wig Snatcher tumbles out of the sky, completely off balance. Before they even touch the ground, Gwen's eyes glow with intense magical power. Zap! She unleashes a high-powered soap energy beam straight from her eyes, blasting Wig Snatcher backward and knocking them out cold on the pavement. Victory! The plaza suddenly goes quiet as the dust settles.
Go.
Thanks to your perfect execution and creative powers, all 3 villains have been completely neutralized. Jinx Luck is out cold,
Good.
guarded by a very loyal robot cat. The soap opera is safely locked away inside a Pokeball. Wig Snatcher is defeated on the ground, covered in soap bubbles. John, Gwen, and Mark stand victorious in the center of the plaza, ready to call in the professional cleanup crew for the Hero Files to handle the aftermath. That was an amazing battle scenario. Would you like to log these wins into their official battle records, or do you want to set up another fight?
My husband Josh is coming along with me.
Normally I don't go shopping with Jess, but today it's going to be really hard for Jess to donate everything because of her shopping addiction.
I'm a little worried.
The hero. I gotta tell this man these.
So maybe he'll keep you on. Well, the first thing on our list is sports drinks. I prefer red.
But they're not for you. For other people.
Maybe I can keep this for you.
No, I don't think you can. My role here in the store today is to make sure that everything she gets is something that we can have instead of something to clog up space on the shelf.
Next we need this chip.
All right.
We are getting 100 bags. These chips normally retail for $1.09.
They're on sale this week for 50 cents. I have a coupon for 25 cents off each bag, which doubles to 50 cents off, making them completely free. I'm gonna try to sneak some of these home. Woo! Got it in.
What's next?
Next we need the sanitizing wipes.
Let's see.
Usually on this top shelf. Helping it out.
Everything was going so smoothly on my shopping trip. The next thing you know, the cleaning wipes that were next to my list, the store did not have any.
Why are you crying?
It's 100 coupon, 120 coupon. And I cut out.
Y'all gonna use a devil's cleaning spell, huh? I don't feel like using this one of y'all.
What we're gonna get? Gone.
It's okay.
It's not.
Why is it not okay?
Because I really wanted those.
They're not for you.
I told this man so many times the hero files for documentation for my characters only. They are not for them.
Ah, got it. Thanks for the reminder. The hero files are strictly for digital documentation, not a cleanup crew.
But I told him this so many times though. They're just documentation for the characters. It's not like it's something that it's just documentation that you type into for a file. You write in, you type it in. That's it. Just documentation always is. Also a place where you can put little notes in. That's all it is, really. That's all it's ever gonna be. It's other little things too, like you can name it. Like it's kind of like Google Doc, but way more serious.
My bad on that. Let's fix that up right now with Gwen's awesome finishing moves. The ultimate Pokeball capture. With the battle won, Gwen doesn't waste any time. She steps up, snaps her fingers, and casts a dual-binding containment spell. 2 Pokeballs fly out, glowing with magical light as they pull the defeated Wig Snatcher and Jinxluck inside, sealing them shut with a satisfying click. Now all 3 villains are safely locked away. The magical Eco Clean. Instead of calling anyone in, Gwen and Mark team up for a spectacular finale. Gwen channels her pure magic into a massive cleaning spell, while Mark infuses it with his elemental and luck magic to ensure maximum efficiency. A shimmering wave of sparkling elemental energy sweeps across the entire central plaza. In seconds, the smashed table pieces magically mend themselves back together. The gooey mac and cheese totally vanishes from the streets. The broken down brown car is left absolutely spotless and shining like new. The plaza is cleaner than it was before the fight even started. Hero files updated. John, Gwen, and Mark open up the digital hero files system and officially document the successful mission. Mission status, success. Heroes, John, high-tech genius. Gwen, magical spy. Mark, elemental/time/bad luck sorcerer. Villains defeated and captured. Wig Snatcher, the soap opera. Jinxluck. Aftermath. Area magically restored to perfect condition. Another perfect win for the team. What adventure or battle scenario are we diving into next?
Before coupons, my total was $804.27. After coupons, my total was $25.30, with a savings of 96.85%. We have about $800 worth of stuff for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm impressed by Jess's generosity.
My characters and battle
You know I love shopping and
scenarios.
and pouring things into my home. There are ways to do that and still give back to the community. All right, that's it.
Thank you guys.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Welcome to July Brunch.
About Carson that sneaker. I'm trying to see what it was about not Terry Joe. About, I'm trying to think what YouTuber, what person. About spells in it, maker.
Being a couponer allows me to have a store in my yard. Ta-da! When it comes to coupons, we are double trouble. So this building is 7 tall and was hot.
When Jeanette McCurdy released her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, she opened up about the heavy control and manipulation she experienced from her mother, Deborah. Because the book revealed so many shocking details about her childhood, it sparked a lot of discussion, and readers and psychologists developed a few prominent theories regarding her mother's behavior. 1. The Munchausen by proxy / medical control theory, one of the most discussed theories among readers, centers on how Deborah used medical and physical control to keep Jeanette dependent on her. In the book, Jeanette reveals that her mother wouldn't let her shower alone until she was 16 and performed regular invasive physical exams on her under the guise of checking for cancer. Many people theorize that Deborah may have suffered from a form of Munchausen by proxy, factitious disorder imposed on another, where a caregiver
enforces physical issues to maintain total control and keep her growing up and becoming independent. Oh, God.
or enforces physical issues to maintain total control and keep the child from growing up or becoming independent.
You scared they're gonna tell your secret and tell the world about you. You can get exposed and you're gonna get beat up and put in jail. That's what you're scared of.
2. Covert narcissism and vicarious living.
Oh, gosh.
Psychological breakdowns of the book heavily point to Deborah being a covert narcissist. Unlike an overt narcissist who constantly brags, a covert narcissist often uses guilt, pity, and their own past hardships, like Deborah's battle with cancer, to manipulate people. The theory here is that Deborah completely projected her own failed dreams of stardom onto Jeanette. Because she couldn't be famous herself, she viewed Jeanette not as an individual person, but as an extension of herself to achieve fame and financial stability.
Wow, to view Jeanette as the first percent of a person, but that is crazy to view your child as an extension of yourself that can make it while you couldn't make it when you were their age, and you want to win it. Wow.
3. Severe unmanaged OCD and hoarding. Jeanette writes that their family home was incredibly cluttered because her mother was a massive hoarder, forcing the kids to sleep on mats on the floor because the beds were piled with objects. Observers and therapists note that Deborah's extreme need to control everything around her, from the objects in her house to the exact number of calories her daughter ate, points to severe, unmanaged obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, that she twisted into a tool to completely govern her family's environment.
Dang, she used OCD as a tool?
Ultimately, these theories all point back to the same reality Jeanette uncovered in therapy. Her mother used emotional guilt and severe boundary violations to keep Jeanette small, obedient, and locked into a career she never actually wanted.
300 tubes of toothpaste, 200
Wow.
tubes of deodorant, and 90 bottles of
Great way to put it. But her mom hears what I think
But the truth of the matter is,
about
it's in my closet. And this should be a place where my husband and I can come and change our clothes. I have an ironing board that should be able to let down. I can't do any of that. I want one like this. It's time for you to break down and join the building club. My stockpile has gotten so big that I have a building about 50 feet from my front door. Being a couponer allows me to have a store in my yard. Ta-da! I have about 1,500 trash bags, over 300 face wash items, and 300 bottles of laundry detergent.
You hit the nail right on the head. That is exactly what it boils down to, stripped of all the complex psychological terms. At the end of the day, Deborah looked at her own daughter and didn't see a child who needed protection, love, or hobbies of her own. She saw a financial investment and a ticket to the spotlight.
yeah, there was a child. She saw the spotlight. Let's get to the spotlight. Gosh, like,
Jeanette was the one doing the grueling hours on set, dealing with the pressure, and auditioning constantly, but her mother was the one managing the money and soaking up the reflected glory.
momager.
Treating your own kid like a paycheck and a shortcut to popularity is a massive betrayal of what a parent is supposed to be. It makes total sense why that's the biggest takeaway from her story.
Gosh, leave.
Always growing. So I am continuously
So,
looking for a bigger building. So my next
do-
upgrade is going to be a 10 by 20 size building. Look at that big picture.
Did Jeanette even miss her mom, or she's like, no, this crazy woman's gone now?
To find the best deal so that I can get a bigger building to continue to grow my stockpile. How are you? Good, how are you? Good, how are you? Great.
Just happy to
I need to know what the repro thing is. They're cheaper.
use
What they're what?
this. Nope.
Okay, well, you just became my new best friend. So I bought my building here, and if there's
This is over. She finds that she's
where
quiet.
maybe like we trade out and I give you
Even though she feels massive relief, she still cries for you sometimes, but she's missing
so when I
it.
trade in my building and
One
my
of the child in the room.
that's like
Oh gosh.
and it's like
From what Jeanette McCurdy has shared in interviews in her book, it is actually a mix of both, which is why her feelings are so complicated. It's what therapists call complex grief. Here is how she breaks it down.
Complex grief. Complex grief is what therapists call complex grief. Oh, so in between, I miss you, but I'm glad the abuse is gone. I hate you, whatever. I hate you, whatever, you're dead, but I don't care. I miss you, but the abuse is gone, so I'm happy. But you're dead, but I loved you. Oh God, it sounds like it really is complex.
Relief that the abuse is over. She
Yes.
has explicitly said that she is quite literally glad her mother passed away because it was the only thing that finally freed her.
She has explicitly said that she is quite literally glad her mother passed away because it was the only thing that finally freed her. As her mom was alive. Oh, stuck in a constant state of fear. She's quite literally. Dang, so she really happy that her mom died. Her mom was her abuser though, for all this chaos and all that. So I guess it makes sense. It does make sense. You're not supposed to hate your mom when you got a mom like this, like really evil mom. It's. I hate this. I don't want to sound evil as them, but you're nowhere near evil as them ever. But hopefully you don't. But it's the fact that you're abuser, you're a verbal abuser, and the reason why your mental health is crazy, that thing is gone, which was your mama, your evil mother, your evil mammy gone. Your evil mom is gone, but you don't want to like. I'll say I'm happy you dead, but your source of your verbal abuse is gone. It was your evil mom. She is gone now. So like in general, you're like, well, a lot of people, I'm happy she's dead because no more verbal abuse and no more physical abuse and me going through mental health and therapy, all the stuff I'm going through and the chaos and all that. It's the fact that abuser is gone. That abuser died. It was their time to pass away. It's your abuser's death. So your abuser died. So it's the fact that your abuser is dead now, and you are free from verbal abuse from that person. Not forever free from verbal abuse. Let me show people out there who do verbal abuse. You gotta argue back with them. Don't let them be mean to you. But you're not free from verbal abuse. Not exactly free from it. There's a lot of people who are verbal abusive out there. You're not free from it, but you're free from that from that person right there. You are. Yes, you are. If you're free from them, from that verbal abuse. But it's the fact that your mother is gone. So she luckily her mother passed away because my thing is, quite literally, passed away because. So she like this right there. She's happy her mother's gone. Her mother's the source of her abuse.
As long as her mom was alive, Jeanette was stuck in a constant state of fear, calorie restriction, and emotional manipulation. Her death allowed Jeanette to finally go to therapy, heal, and figure.
Why does he keep highlighting stuff? What is he doing? Don't highlight anything. Don't do anything. Get away. Get away. Hang on, y'all. Okay, so let me start over again. Oh well.
Out who she actually was outside of her mom's control.
She was who found she was outside my mom's control. Okay.
Missing the fantasy mother. Even though she feels massive relief, she has admitted that she still cries and grieves sometimes. But what she is missing isn't the reality of the abuse. She is mourning the childhood she never got to have, and missing the idea of the loving, healthy mother she wished she had. So while she...
Yeah, I love it, healthy mother she wished she had. Healthy mother she wished she had. Loving, but she wished her mom was healthy and didn't die. But as long as her mom was alive, she's going to do that verbal abuse. But when her mom died a few years back, her mom died, what, about 2019, something like that? Something like that. But hey.
Definitely doesn't miss the control, the hoarding, or the abuse. She still feels that human sadness over the fact that her relationship with her mom was so broken and could never be fixed.
They look like just normal papers, but they're really like money.
Not cut off the expiration date or the barcode.
Look, you clipped it off of that one. Really? This is no good to you. That's like taking one of your dollar bills and flushing it down the toilet. Bye-bye, $1.
It's tricky over there. I've got this thing slow.
Okay, are you listening to me?
Well, so she is having her brothers do.
Keep quiet.
Got it.
It's a catastrophe if you don't. Got it?
It sounds shocking to hear it.
Oh,
We don't walk out of there with $600 worth of stuff and paying under $100.
great
You're gonna be a hot water.
info.
Look at the store.
And
Yeah. sweetheart. Let's do this. You can't handle it. Now's your chance. Back out, now or never. Our mission today is for our husbands.
Exactly. It sounds shocking on the surface, which is why her book title, I'm Glad My Mom Died, turned so many heads, but when you look at the sheer amount of control and pain she went through, it makes total sense. For Jeanette, her mother's death was the literal turning point that saved her life. It was the only way the cycle of abuse could finally break, giving her the space to breathe, heal, and live for her.
So death actually gave her something good. So somebody dying in her life actually gave her a positive thing. Dang. It makes sense because your verbal abuser is dead now. They died from cancer. So your verbal abuser is gone. They died. Trying to figure out who the heck you are now. Not this child star, but you're something.
Herself for the very first time. It's a heavy thing to process, but it's a completely valid feeling, given what she survived.
I don't blame her.
Honestly, most people who read her story or hear her talk about it feel the exact same way. When a parent is supposed to be your safe haven, but ends up being the person you need protection from, the normal rules of grief just don't apply. Jeanette survived a nightmare, and her being honest about that relief has actually helped a lot of other people who went through toxic family situations feel less guilty about their own complicated feelings. It takes a lot of courage to speak that kind of truth out loud, especially when society expects everyone to automatically miss their parents no matter what.
Everyone's message parents. Society needs to like hush up about that.
Yes, he got more. Jackpot. 2, 3. That should be half of it.
I'm sorry, but my OCD is kicking in already because they've got these all mixed up. I literally feel my blood pressure rising.
34. I got 34. You got one. I got 35.
How many times am I going to count? You need to do your math. This is really not a game. Think in your mind, building. Our husbands need to realize that it's a lot of work to coupon. It's not just somebody you can walk right in with a box of coupons and say, now give it to me for free.
You're saving $1 on 2, and they're $1 a piece. So we're getting one free.
So we should have 44 of these coupons.
Oh, we got 68 coupons.
That's what I said.
And you said 44 coupons.
This might get a little entertaining.
This is it right there, the last one, 68.
If you can't even use a calculator and get the right math, you're never going to be able to do it. Ever. Ever.
Oh, I'm not confused.
After 10 hours in the store, this is the moment that you wait for. And it's just...
You are spot on about society. Nobody else gets to dictate how you process the loss of someone who caused you nothing but pain, even if they were a parent. Your feelings are your own, period. As for Jeanette, comparing her to Sam Puckett is actually a really great way to look at it. Sam was famously tough, stubborn, and could take a hit from just about anything. Jeanette showed that exact same incredible mental and emotional durability in real life. To go through that many years of intense control, completely reinvent her life from scratch, and have the courage to write a best-selling book about it takes a serious amount of resilience. She really does have that fighter spirit, and she's proving that she is absolutely going to be okay.
I hope she truly be okay, because
You're never going to be able to do it.
Oh, I'm not confused.
They can't even figure out that they've got 10 extra coupons because they think 44 is what you get when you have 68. No, they failed the test. We're taking
this is just when she met her dad or something. I can't remember.
Do you know where you messed up?
Put too many coupons in the binder.
Exactly.
The math was right too.
No, you completely messed up the math because you don't even know how to divide.
Okay, so we messed up.
I felt like a idiot.
Yeah, we were idiots.
From now on, I guess we're going to keep our mouths shut when they go to the store for 8, 12 hours.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember the guy gave me a reminder. Yeah, I remember a reminder. She found out that the man who helped raise her was her biological father, or her brother biological father. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, so we're...
Yes, she did. That is actually one of the wildest twists toward the end of her book. The man she grew up believing was her dad, Mark McCurdy, actually found out after the mother passed away that he wasn't Jeanette's biological father, nor the father of two of her brothers. It turns out
No, two of her brothers. She had a secret affair the whole time. She was messing with some other dude.
her mom had a long secret affair. With the support of her best friend and iCarly co-star Miranda Cosgrove, Jeanette actually tracked down and met her real biological father.
Important. She was a magician and he told her that he had massive cassie battle.
Okay. All we have left is the pineapple.
He had to completely block me. Oh my gosh.
30.
No iCarly fandom.
We're gonna mess up again.
He was a musician, and when they finally met, he told her that he had always known about them. But a massive custody battle when they were young had completely blocked him from being in their lives. Finding out that her entire identity and family history had been built on another one of her mother's massive lies was a huge shock, but it was just one more layer of truth she had to uncover to finally heal.
Y'all passed kindergarten. Yay! Y'all passed couponing 001.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good. Ready to save some money? Yeah. Get a building? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Oh my God. My drinks.
They went off like bullets.
When our husband started out the couponing trip, they lacked organization right off the bat.
Did she talk to her real dad?
Our husbands try to prove to us that they can coupon better than us in a lot less time, but they failed miserably. We had to take out
Didn't turn real close to us. Didn't turn to real close.
building for my spending stockpile. All right, guys, we've just spent 7 hours in the grocery store. You ready to save some money? Yeah.
Okay, let's not do that again. Okay, let's not do that again. We're gonna start over again.
Hey, how are you? Are you ready for this? Yeah. Okay.
From what Jeanette has shared, she ultimately decided not to keep a relationship or regular contact with her biological father. While she did initially take that step to go out and meet him at one of his jazz concerts to find out the truth about her past, she later realized that a deep relationship just wasn't going to form. Because they hadn't known each other her entire life and the family situation was so messy, she chose to let that connection dissolve and focus on her own life, her friends, and her healing.
She just did try to know him though, but I guess you feel like, you know what, it's kind of too late now. He should have met me when I was young. He should have known me all my life. I wish he was actually there. I wish he was able to be there. I wish there was a way for him to be there for me and actually know I was a kid to grown. That way we have a bond. That's what she felt like.
Even though her mother's lies made her family history incredibly complicated, Jeanette chose to protect her peace rather than force a relationship with someone who was basically a stranger.
We're almost 10 hours in.
My bed's calling my name. But the deal, they just snapped us out of the bed. Deep breath. If the total doesn't match up even before we get to the coupons, then it's pretty much all over at that point. Okay, what are we at?
Your total is $677.90.
Based on what Jeanette shares in her book, he actually seemed relieved and very open when she approached him. When she met him after his jazz gig, he wasn't defensive or trying to hide anything. He admitted right away that he always knew she was his daughter. He explained that he had wanted to be in her life when she was younger, but a massive custody battle with her mother completely blocked him from being able to do that. He also admitted he had been afraid to reach out to her as she grew up, because he didn't know if she even knew the truth, and he didn't want to completely upend her world. So while he wasn't
The total is a little more than what we thought at this point.
angry or rejecting at all, the reality of the situation was just very heavy. Because they missed her whole childhood, and the history was so complicated, it just didn't naturally build into a regular close relationship. But during that actual meeting, he was honest and willing to talk to her.
Have enough coupons to cover all the items, and we'll still end up at that $100 or less mark.
It's like a good movie. You gotta wait till the end. See how it ends up.
I can't take it. I can't.
Stop holding on. It's okay.
Here's your last stack of coupons.
Okay, after 10 hours in the store.
Kind
this is
of,
the
did
morning.
that help her meet her real dad? Did that help her?
Y'all ready to know the total? You ready?
Yes.
$40.
But it did help her surprise her mother's secret affair, and then her whole family history being a lie. That's crazy. This is crazy. This is
Meeting her biological father didn't exactly bring a fairy tale ending or a brand new father figure into her life, but it did help her significantly in a different way. It gave her closure and answers. For her entire life, Jeanette's world was built on the secrets, manipulation, and lies her mother told. Finding out that the man who raised her wasn't her biological dad was a massive shock, but actually tracking down her real father allowed her to hear the true story directly from him. By meeting him, she was able to confirm the truth about her own identity and family history.
Yes.
Understand why he wasn't there, due to the legal threats and custody battles her mother used to keep him away. Realize that her mother's web of control went even deeper than she initially thought.
Yeah, that's 3 notes to keep. Her mother controlled even deeper than she initially thought. You know, due to legal threats and custody battles, her mom used to keep him away. Probably because he was gonna take custody of her and raise her better, or actually become a better parent, and actually give her a better lifestyle and not force her into stardom.
Even though they didn't stay in touch and she chose to let the relationship go, having that conversation helped Jeanette fit the final pieces of her past together. It allowed her to stop wondering about the unknown and fully.
Yeah, they didn't stay in touch, or she was. Stop warning about the unknown and fully.
Close that chapter so she could focus 100% on her own healing and moving forward.
Yeah. Did her dad meet her brothers? Did he meet her sons?
She dictates everything.
No, her biological father didn't end up meeting her brothers. Even though it turned out that 2 of her 3 older brothers were also his biological children from that same secret affair, the family situation was just too disconnected by the time the truth came out. Since her brothers had grown up their entire lives viewing Mark McCurdy, the man who raised them, as their real dad, they didn't have a relationship with the biological father either. Jeanette was the only.
The brothers grew up in the man who raised them as a real dad was the only one who went out, tracked him, and had a one-on-one.
Only one who went out to track him down and have that one-on-one conversation to get her own answers. After she got the clarity she needed, she let the connection go, keeping her focus on her own life and her bond with her brothers.
Oh, wow. How did I got a lot of questions about this, y'all. I got some questions and stuff like that. How did Miranda help? Oh gosh, that spelled help. I spelled help wrong. How did Miranda help Jeanette? I got this, like, y'all. You don't gotta show me your pictures. When I was younger, they're from younger days. I ain't gonna watch iCarly, but I seen on TV when I got older though. I ain't gonna watch it, but it was one of the shows I said from a show from my childhood that I didn't grow up watching, but it was still I was younger. I seen it. I got older. I got 7 years old, and it was like okay, I started seeing it, watching it. The shows came out. I was a baby still, so.
Miranda Cosgrove was essentially a lifeline for Jeanette during some of the absolute hardest moments of her life. While Jeanette's mom was constantly trying to control her and keep her isolated, Miranda provided a safe, normal, and deeply supportive friendship that changed everything. Here are the main ways Miranda helped her. 1. She was a safe haven from the abuse. Jeanette's mother heavily controlled what Jeanette ate, forcing her into severe calorie restriction that led to an eating disorder. When Jeanette was on the set of iCarly, hanging out with Miranda became her escape. Miranda didn't judge her, pressure her, or monitor her body. She just let Jeanette be a normal teenager. They would watch movies, listen to music, and hang out in Miranda's trailer, giving Jeanette a crucial break from her mom's intense scrutiny. 2. She showed her what healthy independence looked like. Because Deborah McCurdy did everything she could to keep Jeanette dependent on her, Jeanette didn't know how normal teenagers acted. Miranda became her blueprint for independence. Jeanette watched Miranda make her own choices, interact with her supportive parents, buy a car, and start looking at colleges. Seeing Miranda navigate the world freely opened Jeanette's eyes to the fact that her own home life wasn't normal, and that she deserved freedom too.
Yeah, you saw Miranda support her parents. You saw her buy her own car, start looking at colleges by herself. You know, all that. You know.
3. Supporting her through her family revelations. When Jeanette finally found out the truth about her biological father, it was a massive emotional bomb. Miranda was the friend she leaned on entirely during that time. Miranda was actually the one who went with Jeanette to the jazz club to track down her biological dad, standing by her side to give her the courage and emotional backup she needed.
I did not know that. By her side to give her she needed. In case the guy was a mean dude, Miranda be like, "Hey, sir, step away. Back off, brat." Or in case Jeanette somehow got the sand pucket instinct and start beating him with a butter sock or with a baseball bat, Jeanette co-star Miranda could be like Carly Shay, be like, no violence, and like keep the dude away. You know, I don't know, something like that. You know, or don't like you hear there be people we don't know who they are. Like they decide them, we don't know who they are. But like, yeah, that's cool. She was by her side for that. That's good. Yeah, but a co-star you became close friends with. That is so cool, bro. That's actually cool.
To face the truth. 4. Respecting her choice to walk away. When the iCarly revival was being made, Miranda personally reached out to Jeanette to ask her to come back, offering her a great salary. But when Jeanette told her that acting was tied to too much childhood trauma and that she needed to protect her mental health, Miranda didn't push or get angry. She completely understood and told Jeanette she was proud of her for choosing her peace. Even though they grew apart slightly as adults as their lives went in different directions, Jeanette has always credited Miranda as a massive force of good in her life. Someone who loved her for exactly who she was with no strings attached.
Yeah. Do they talk as
As of right now in 2026, they don't really talk or see each other much anymore, but there is absolutely zero bad blood between them. They've mostly just naturally drifted apart as they've grown into adults. Miranda actually spoke about this openly, sharing exactly where they stand. I don't really see her as much now. I always know she's out there, and that if I really needed her I could call her, and I hope she knows the same. I'm always going to be cheering for her. Miranda Cosgrove.
good?
It's one of those classic situations where life just takes people in completely different directions. Miranda is still very much involved in acting in the Hollywood scene, while Jeanette completely walked away from that world to protect her mental health and focus entirely on her writing and directing. Even though they aren't hanging out every week like they used to as teenagers, they still view each other as family because of everything they went through together.
Yeah.
It's a very respectful, peaceful distance. They're just rooting for each other from afar.
That's good. So, we did a great job talking about this.
We really did. It is a super heavy and complicated topic, but you brought some awesome insights to it, especially with that point about how society shouldn't tell people how to feel about a bad parent's passing and how resilient Jeanette really is. It was a great conversation. Whenever you're ready to switch gears, whether you want to go back to something creative, check out some info, or just chat about something else entirely, just let me know.
I will. See y'all later.